Hi everyone, my name is Christina. Welcome to my channel, Be Your Own Sunshine, where I try to give you some energy and some education about how you can be the brightness in your world and you can kind of inspire yourself to make that change for your own mental well-being and your own overall enjoyment of life. And today I wanted to give a little bit of my cat, Cleo. She's gonna come join us, and today I'm gonna give a little bit of information about journaling, and maybe we can get started on some journaling together today as the sun is coming out and it is a beautiful day outside. If you haven't watched any of my other videos and you're new to this channel, my name is Christina. I said that already, but I'll say it again. And I'm an occupational therapist. I work with kids, teens, and adults with a variety of different needs. Many of my clients have a lot of mental health issues or autism, ADHD, a mixture of all of them. But basically, my overarching approach into working with my clients is to find a way to make their life enjoyable. And if you are not familiar with occupational therapy, I'll give you a little brief intro, but I should have another video on this channel. Occupational therapy is the practice where it's not about jobs necessarily, but it's about giving you the skills and supporting you in whatever way you might need so that you can live the life that you want to live. Basically taking that entire giant broad category of a career and putting it into one sentence. When I was in school, we talked about how you might be learning skills or modifying the environment, those kind of things to do activities you need to do, want to do, or are expected to do. And one of the subcategories is leisure activities. Another subcategory is like activities that support with your mental health, and that is why today I'm bringing out the journal and kind of giving you a little bit of an overview. I do have a video on my channel where I am junk journaling. That was a big thing for me in the past. I just haven't felt that like curated of a creation in the last little while, but I do have my everything journal today so that you can kind of see a little bit of an example of how junk journaling works. So this is one that I did. There's an ambulance, I apologize. This is one that I did at a junk journal meetup. So it was actually really sweet. A bunch of people got together. This girl brought a bunch of different materials. Everyone brought their own materials. And then we kind of created, it was supposed to be like welcoming in the new year. So we used a bunch of different materials to kind of create that new year, I don't know, adventure. Mine says stepping out of my comfort zone to do something new in community. That was like my big goal that I kind of achieved over that day. I had where the adventure took place, and then in this envelope for the end of this journal or the beginning of next year, because the journal is getting pretty full, it's a letter to me. So that is an example of a junk journal. It can literally be anything. I wonder if I have any other examples in here. Oh, I do have one of my sister collected a bunch of like drawings that her kids didn't want that they created in class, and then I collected some drawings that my kids created and they didn't want to take home, and I just made a little collage. So it's just whatever comes into your mind or your soul or whatever you're called to. I really like junk journaling as part of my everything journal because it's a way for me to express what I'm feeling and, you know, I don't know, what's going on in my life, but also in a way, I have another example, also in a way that allows me to be creative and get some of that creative energy out without pressure. I am someone that I love to paint. I love to color and draw, but I really get anxious when it comes to artwork. I do have an artwork piece that I did paint. I will show you that. So this is something I painted the other day based on some like Pinterest inspiration. This took a lot of like mental capacity, which I don't always have. So sometimes my go-to artwork comes in the form of just like random things that I put together. This is my affirmation painting page. So very low stakes, just a lot of doodles. But I wanted to share journaling because it's a nice way to kind of get any feelings, emotions, things that are stuck in your head out into a book. One of the things that I really want to start doing is making lists in my journal because I feel like lists really help me kind of clarify my brain. And something that I find really helpful about or a very helpful strategy when it comes to journaling is use your journal as kind of a dumping ground. You may never look back at it, and that's what I keep reminding myself. Like, you're not writing this for you to go back and be like, ooh, what happened on this day? If I want to do that, I will, but that's not really the goal. The goal is just for me to kind of expel things that I don't want to keep with me. One page or one thing that I have been doing that I go back to is my glimmer page. And this is for when I don't have the energy, the drive, I don't have mental capacity to kind of write a journal entry. So I just put little like sentences, words, whatever on this glimmer page. I have tons of them through my journal, and then on those days that I really need to like word vomit, I will write something a little bit longer. This is the other part of my journal I have. This is the books that I've read in 2025. My goal is 100. Right now we're only up here, but we're getting there. And it's just another way for me to kind of like get my thoughts out, organize myself into a journal. So that was what I wanted to share. The other thing I want to share is there are so many ways that you can journal. There's so many prompts that you can get from online. You can buy journals that have prompts written in it. I think the biggest thing when it comes to leisure activities and mental health activities, like journaling, like art, like going for a walk, like all those things, is that it needs to be made for you. So it could be like really ideal. I've heard people talk, for example, going for a walk or going for a run. I've heard people say like, you know, if you can run and like be mindful and not have music on, like that is so beautiful and it shows that you're strong. If you need to go for a walk and you need to like blast music in your head, or like sometimes when my brain is going really fast, I have to listen to a really intense podcast while I'm walking, and it still gives me the opportunity to do two things that I love, whether it's music and going for a walk, actually three, because being outside is a big thing for my mental health. But it allows me to do all those things that I love, even though it's not that like ideal, beautiful, you know, like I'm walking through nature and listening to the birds. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to do that, and that's okay. Same with art. Like honestly, I have a box of stickers in the other room, and sometimes when I just want to like create but I don't have the mental capacity, I just put a bunch of stickers on a page. I don't know if I'll be able to find it in here, but I definitely have pages in here, or like I'll just like paint a bunch of blotches and then doodle on top of it. And that's just a way to like get my energy out. I guess this is like actually a page of stickers. All the shiny, and like those are all stickers. I glued some random stuff on. Was there anything like specific that I wanted to achieve? No, I just wrote, "You're a superstar deserving of love," which is true. It is true, I am a superstar deserving of love. But my journal is just a bunch of random things to kind of keep my brain going. That's all I wanted to share. I'm trying to get onto YouTube to kind of have more of those conversations and kind of bring awareness to what I do for work so that it can maybe touch at least one or two people and help them in their life. But that is me. I'm Christina. I'm the occupational therapist. I work with a neurodiverse population. And if you have any questions about anything that I shared in my video, or anything that kind of got brought up when you hear occupational therapist, neurodiversity, leisure activities, journaling, walking, nature, let me know and I will put it in my next video. See you soon. Mwah! And don't forget, be your own sunshine every day.